B-Knocks.
Welcome back to another episode of B-KnockzTV. Today, I'm going to talk about Master P and his 90s run. P is hands down one of the best to ever do it. When a lot of people wasn't up on No Limit, I was bumping everything he dropped, and I still keep his music in rotation. He was very underrated as a rapper, and to me, he was dope on the mic, and his presence on the track was bar none. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole No Limit family tree. That's going to be another video. Today, we're going to keep it on Master P. Let's get it. On February 12th, 1991, Master P dropped Get Away Clean. Now, production is credited to Master P. Although this wasn't his best album, it did have a few songs that was cool, like Rolling the Dice, Rich Town, What's Up With That, and You Only Live Once. On April 20th, 1992, he dropped Mama's Bad Boy. Now here's where he added EA Ski for production, but even this one wasn't that good, and I say that respectfully. This had cuts like Shoot 'Em Up, Eyes of a Killer, I'm Going Big Time, Mama's Bad Boy, Oh Ish, and Trust Nobody. Also in 92, the debut album from True dropped, titled Understanding the Criminal Mind. Although this is technically a group album, it was Master P heavy, and it was a banger. Production was handled by EA Ski, K. Lou, CMT, and Master P. This had cuts like Ends from Cali, F That Ish, gotta keep it clean, Let's Do It, F the System, Tell 'Em What's Going On, I'm the Funkiest, and Understanding the Criminal Mind. Sometime in 1993, True dropped their second album, Who's the Killer. Now this one wasn't as good as the one before, but it had a few tracks that was cool, like Who's the Killer, Life of a Gangster, Talk About It, and Ghetto's a Trap. And here's where things start heating up. May 24th, 1994, P dropped The Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me. Now this is the album where he started to find his sound in my opinion. Production was handled by EA Ski, CMT, JT the Bigger Figure, Big Nate, and Larry Henderson. One intro, one skit, 14 tracks. Now my review is based off the original version, not the re-release that came out in '97, where they took off certain songs and added new ones. My standouts: Some of These Hoes Jack, Late Night Creepin', Player Haters, Anything Goes, this song was a banger, Study Being a Gangster, The Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me, classic song, my favorite track off the album, Bastard Child, another banger, Just an Everyday Thing, Reverend Do Wrong, Hands of a Dead Man, and No Limit Party. Also in '94, he dropped a compilation titled West Coast Bad Boys Volume 1. This would feature several Bay Area artists that was hot at the time, and also some that were up and coming. This would be a game changer for the Northern California rap scene, as well as Master P. After this project, he had the whole Bay Area behind him. Later that same year, he dropped the High for Christmas EP. Now this was an underrated project that had some bangers on it, like the No Limit Party remix. 99 Ways to Die, released June 6th, 1995. Remember when I said that The Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me was where he started to find his sound? Well, this is the album where I can say he officially found it. And it also might be a classic. What y'all think? Production was handled by K. Lou, EA Ski, CMT, Al Eaton, and Larry D. One intro, 3 skits, 10 tracks. My standouts: 17 Reasons, Dead Presidents, Rolling Through My Hood, my favorite track off the album. And this was also my first introduction to Master P. Bullets Got No Name, When They Gone, Player with Game, 99 Ways to Die, and 1-900 Master P. About a month later, we get the third album from True, titled True, a certified banger. Now this will be the album where Master P starts to subtly transition from the Bay Area and start introducing other artists other than C-Murder and Silk the Shocker from New Orleans that was signed to No Limit, such as Mia X and Mr. Serv-On, as well as Beats by the Pound. This album had cuts like That's How We Break Bread. This song was a heat rock. Mobbing Through My Hood, Living That Life, Another Day, Another Dollar, Anything Goes, the legendary I'm Bout It Part 1, classic song, Ain't No Glock, True Players, 3 Strikes, Keep It Jumpin', another banger, that flip was crazy, and Keep It All Good. Later that year, he dropped Down South Hustlers. He took the same formula he did for West Coast Bad Boys and did the same thing in the South, where he had a bunch of the hot up-and-coming artists from the South hop on one compilation. This dude was a genius and ahead of his time. The compilation contained a lot of heat, but here's where we get Players from the South with UGK and Bounce That Ass. I would have showed the video, but hey, I gotta keep it clean. On April 16th, 1996, Master P dropped a bombshell, The Ice Cream Man, a bar none official classic album. Remember when I said that the True album that came out prior was when he subtly started to transition from the Bay to the South? This album was recorded in Richmond, California, and the only West Coast feature was Big Ed. All the other features were Southern artists over West Coast beats. Just thought I'd point that out. Production was handled by Beats by the Pound, DJ Daryl, K. Lou, and Pimp C. 1 intro, 1 skit, 18 tracks, all heat. My standouts, Mr. Ice Cream Man, Time for a 187, Half on a Bag of Dank, Break 'em Off Something featuring UGK, a straight slapper, How G's Ride featuring Big Ed. Like I mentioned, this is the only West Coast feature on the album. No More Tears, The Ghetto Won't Change. This song is only on the original version. It's not on the album in your phones. Selling Ice Cream, Time to Check My Crack House, Bout It Part 2. Which version was better to y'all? Part 1 or Part 2? I like this one better. Never Ending Game. This is my favorite song off the album. P got off on this one, especially that second verse. Watch These Hoes, Killer P, Things Ain't What They Used to Be, and My Ghetto Heroes. On January 28th, 1997, Master P turned his attention back to the West Coast and dropped West Coast Bad Boys Volume 2. This was full of heat rocks, and it definitely shook the streets when it came out. It contained some songs that were already out by various artists on the West, but it did have some originals. Classic compilation. If you never heard this, go check it out. Oh, one more thing. Rest in Peace Tupac by Master P is one of the hardest Tupac tributes ever made, hands down. True to the Game, released February 18th, 1997, True's 4th album. Now at this time, No Limit is officially out the West and in the South. Also, the difference with this one is now the group consists of only Master P, C-Murder, and Silk the Shocker, and not the other original members. I'ma keep it clean. This wasn't as good as True, but it has some certified bangers on it. Production was handled by Beats by the Pound, DJ Daryl, and K. Lou. This was also a double disc, so I'm gonna give you my standouts from both sides and tell you which one was better to me. Disc 1, No Limit Soldiers, I Always Feel Like, There They Go, I Got Candy, Ghetto Thing, Feds. This is the hardest song on the album. Smoking Green. Now, I'm not sure why this song was removed from the album. It was the best song next to Feds. Swamp Ends and Ghetto Cheese. Disc 2, Freak Hoes, Trues, Pop Goes My Nine, and It's My Time. Disc 1 wins by a landslide in my opinion. On September 2nd, 1997, P dropped Ghetto Dope, another classic album from him. So at this point, in my opinion, he has 3: 99 Ways to Die, Ice Cream Man, and now Ghetto Dope. Y'all agree? Production was handled by Beats by the Pound, and damn near every song was a banger. My standouts: Ghetto Dope. This song was rocking when it came out, and it still bangs to this day. C Murder really gave you the blueprint to cooking up on wax. Let's Get 'Em. I Miss My Homies. Who had the better verse, P or Pimp C? We Riders. I don't know about y'all, but I like trying to do something. Plan B. Captain Kirk. Stop Hating. Going Through Some Things. This was always my favorite song off the album. Big Ed, Mr. Servon, and P all got off on this song. Only Time Will Tell. Gangsters Need Love. Pass Me the Green. Come and Get Some. And Bourbons and Lax. The Last Don, released June 2nd, 1998. This album went 4 times platinum, and it's his most successful album to this day. A lot of people love this album, and I haven't said this up until now. I was the biggest Master P fan back in the day, and doing this video, I realized that he is definitely in my top 5 rappers of all time. But I'ma keep it clean. Although this album has some bangers on it, this is the one where he started to lose me. His whole sound was starting to change, and it just didn't do it for me anymore, respectfully. This was a double disc, but I'll give you my overall standouts. Till We Dead and Gone. Thinking About You was cool, it was catchy. Soldiers, Riders, and G's. Get Your Paper, featuring E40, my favorite song off the album. The Streets Keep Me Rolling. Black and White. War Wounds. More to Life. Ghetto Life. Gangsta B. Snitches. Let's Get 'Em. And Eternity. Now I already know a lot of y'all not gonna like my take on this one. Hey, but I gotta keep it clean. True dropped their 5th album, The Crime Family, on June 1st, 1999. Although not as good as their previous albums, it did have some heat on it. Also a double album. Production was handled by Beats by the Pound, Battle Cat, Meech Wells, and Keno. My standouts: Hootie Hoo, The Tank Goes On, Hard Ends, Supposed to Be My Friend, The Ghetto Is a Struggle, Runaway Slaves, and It's a Beautiful Thing. Master P would go on to drop Only God Can Judge Me in 1999, Ghetto Postage in 2000, and Game Face in 2001. Like I said earlier, he lost me at The Last Don, so I never really gave these a chance respectfully. He is still considered to be amongst the greats, or the greatest that ever did it in my book. He definitely took the torch after the deaths of Pac and Biggie and put the South on the map for the world to see, and at the same time changed the way business was being done in the rap game. A true pioneer. Shout out to Master P. And that wraps things up for this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and click the notification so you can get this content as soon as it drops. Also, go back and check out my other videos I dropped if you haven't already done so. Till next time.